Hello friends, welcome to the Tail Tarot. This is Tail, and today we are going to be doing a pick-a-card reading on All Hallows Eve. I felt intuitively led to light a white and a red candle, and intuitively went with what stones to put on each card, and Spirit led me to start with some oracle cards from the pick a card from the Fantasy Cats Oracle. And I really like cats. I always resonated with cats. I have a cat of my own and I grew up with cats. So I'm a little bit, I have a fondness for them, and I think that they have I believe they have a very spiritual and they're very connected to the other realms and things that we cannot see. So I thought that it would be a good oracle to start with for today's reading. So the links for each pile will be put down in the description below. I highly recommend to go with what you feel initially pulled to, whether it be the color or the stone itself or the meaning behind each card. So to start, we have a smoky quartz. Here we go. Smoky quartz over the oracle card hiding. And next we have a fluorite little point, and over the card dreaming. And then we have a black tourmaline, you could tell because it's translucent, over the card cuddling. It's so cute, but I like the monochromatic scheme. I'll give you, just take your time with picking these. If you need, you can pause the video, and then I will see you at your reading. Hi, group one. This is for the group of you who picked the oracle card hiding with the smoky quartz. And today we're going to be looking into some messages that the universe spirit has for you on All Hallows Eve. I don't really have a specific question in mind. I just thought it's All Hallows Eve, Halloween. There's a lot of like energies going on. I went for a walk and I had some pretty interesting experiences. And I just felt led to filming today. I'm sorry that this is a very different setup than usual. Life is chaotic. I have roommates and you gotta kind of go with the flow. All right, so we are going to start. We're gonna do a 3-card spread. And we are going to start with the Hanson Roberts Tarot deck, which is just kind of a slight difference in tarot, but it's a pretty traditional symbology. Little variation in the artwork, but I like it. It's clear and helps when I am struggling. That came out sideways, but I'm gonna put it upright for now, but we're gonna keep that in mind. Knight of Pentacles. I like how they keep flying over to the owl. Oh wait, sorry, this was the Emperor in reverse. My bad. I don't know why I wanted to turn it upright. And the 5 of Rods in reverse. Okay, so I'm seeing that you're putting a lot of effort and hard work into something, but it's leaving an imbalance because there's some sort of aspect that's supposed to be stable, that's supposed to be there for you, but is an Emperor in reverse, somebody who's controlling, somebody who withholds resources, I'm hearing. But with the 5 of Wands, that is the ending of fighting and arguments. Interesting. Okay. So now I want to clarify using the Shadowscapes Tarot deck. All right. Ooh. Oh, that came out pretty fast. Okay, so something that the things that you've been working on have been leaving you feeling very drained. King of Cups, something that you wanted to have emotional fulfillment in, and it is just not. But you're holding out with that King of Cups energy. Decisions. Something needing to be decided regarding this Emperor energy. Justice. I like how it flipped up over your hard work, over your efforts. So you will be seeing justice in a situation regarding the efforts that you've put in. And regarding this, it could be your job, I'm seeing, because like if we're talking about work and the Emperor, say that's your boss or person who's head of the company, something like that. So you could be receiving some sort of justice in, sorry for the interruption, work. So surrounding work and career, you've been getting stonewalled by somebody. And you're going to be receiving justice in that situation. Okay, so for the 5 of Wands, the 3 of Pentacles. So you're going to be receiving cooperation regarding something. And stability. I like that. So, but it's kind of... Sorry, that was my cat. I don't know if you can hear her. The 4 of Wands. This is... I feel like the stability that is coming your way regarding work, career, whatever, is dependent on your choices in your present and dependent on your willingness to cooperate with people, places, and things that you don't necessarily want to cooperate with. I'm being led to talk about how, you know, sometimes we have to do things that we just don't want to do. And in the end, it'll end up helping us a great deal. And even though we don't want to work on something or don't want to do something in particular that is supposed to get done, but it's like you have to team up with like the worst person in the world, the worst person in your department, like whatever. And it's really frustrating. You don't want to do it, but this is something that will end up benefiting you in the long run. So I would recommend looking into it and being open to the opportunity. Yeah, okay. I'm not really getting a whole lot else, so we'll hop into your oracle card and see what the card hiding has to say. Hiding. Action. To stay put. Advice. Do not reveal personal intentions. The sacred is encouraged as you keep special things to yourself alone. Keep ideas close to your heart. Your plans and aspirations should be protected. Be clever in your plan. Do not show your hand of cards. Do not allow others to hurt you. Hold your own space and keep your vulnerabilities safe. This assures you and your desire are safe and sound. Now is not the time for grand action, but for quiet plotting and planning. Magic grows in containment. Place energy and precise focus on the heart of the matter to help it grow strong. The time will come to share, but not yet. The time will come to act, but not now. Keep quiet like a cat. Slink into the background. Felines will bask in the shadows until the coast is clear. Cats create personal space by disappearing when they need to. Where do you find refuge? How and where can you escape to evade praying eyes and unwanted and evasive attention. You decide when and where to surface, and not a moment before. You are in control of your interactions. Sorry, it says you, not your. You are in control of your interactions, energy exchange, and boundaries. This time alone is time well spent. Rejuvenate yourself in silence. Your silence will never judge you. So while you may be needing, so right now you are in the quiet contemplation, right? So you are trying to decide on what to do. Now, while I do stand by my statement about cooperating with someone who don't necessarily want to cooperate with, but it's for the benefit overall, I'm hearing also to mention that while you're doing that, be careful to not give them your best. Like I'm a former art student, right? And my teachers would say things like, never give your best ideas to your clients. Because those best ideas are for you to use for your success and your future. So that doesn't mean that you don't cooperate with somebody, but that also means that you're not giving them everything that you have under your sleeve, because you deserve the right to your best efforts and your best ideas and your best intentions. And if you can't give yourself that first, and you can't look out for you first and make sure that you're good, then how can you actually be of much help to other people? That's also coming through too. Yeah, overall, I'm not seeing this as a bad thing. I'm seeing this as like, you're in it right now. You're in a bit of frustration regarding work, career, or some sort of situation that involves the powers that be, or a specific person that has a lot of power in your life, or somebody who has a lot of influence, who is not exactly in their best, most ideal intent or highest self. So while you do have to interact and work with this person, just remember that you don't need to give them your best as far as like what's going to go far. Work with them to the extent that you need to, and you don't need to overextend yourself that way. Like I'm hearing, don't be afraid to bite your tongue if you feel like you could give them advice to keep from screwing something up. Just let them learn. I'm hearing, let them learn through their own actions. Become a person who observes consequence. Become a person who observes the world around and observes how people interact with it and the consequences of actions taken. Like, you are like the cat, like how it was saying in the book. You are the cat hiding and waiting and watching. And you are watching the path that others walk and seeing where their pitfalls are. And then once the coast is clear and you feel like it is safe, and you know where all of the, the traps and like obstacles are, you can slink past them and then end up skirting past a lot of pain and suffering. Whereas, if you're like the pup or the dog and you go after the humans who are traveling down the path that's a little bit more treacherous or dangerous, and then the dog also gets all tangled up in the brambles, or falls down a slippery slope that, because if you when you're a people pleaser and you want everyone to like you, or you want everyone to be happy and peaceful, like, you're willing to do a lot at your own expense to make that happen. And I think what Spirit is asking you to do is to hang back and not intervene. Don't intervene if you don't have to. If like your back is covered, if you're fine, like just let it be. Sometimes you have to let the ship sink in order for them to figure out that there's actually something wrong. And especially if you're in a job that's underappreciating you, they need to realize that they need you. In order for them to realize that they need you, the ship's got to sink. So all of this effort, work that you're putting in, I love that you're in this like King of Cups energy. You're devoted to it. You have a lot of passion for it. You really want to make it work, but it's making you miserable. So let go of the things that are making you miserable and keep the things that are making you hopeful and proud and excited. Because I feel like all of this worrying that you're doing over here has a lot to do with other people and their fuck ups, and not a whole lot to do with your actual job and your actual goings on. So I think the long story short of this is just to mind your damn business and let other people fuck up their own lives. Like, it's not your responsibility to keep people from getting fired. It is not your responsibility to keep people from fucking up. It is not your responsibility to make people happy. It is not your responsibility to fulfill roles that you did not sign up for. So just try to keep that in mind as you're moving forward. And I'm not saying don't do your best. Always do your best, but do your best because it benefits you and maybe other people too, and not just other people and to your detriment. I hope that makes sense. All right, thank you, pile one. I hope that this message resonated. Let me know in the comments. I hope that you got something out of this. I felt like I was talking about a lot of nonsense there for a little bit, but it felt real. It felt accurate. So I hope you have a good Hallows Eve, and this is the Tail Tarot signing out. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. If you are Group 2 and you have chosen the Dreaming Oracle Cat card and the fluoride pointed little stone, you are in the right place. And I just want to invite you to take a deep breath, let out your energy, and just bring yourself to a little bit of calm. I don't know why I feel led to say that, but I hope that you guys out there are feeling okay or doing okay. It feels like there might be a lot of stress going on. But let's get started with your reading. Today we're just going to go into some All Hallows Eve messages and see what Spirit wants to let you know. There's a lot of energy around this time, and I just felt kind of led to do a reading. So I'm sorry that the filming background is different than normal. I have roommates, and sometimes I gotta work with a schedule that's not ideal. So anyway, let's get on with the reading. We're going to start with a three card spread, then we're going to clarify, and then go into the meaning of the dreaming card. All right, 3 card Spirit. Oh, okay, so the world, an ending, coming into the end of a cycle, balance. Okay, the King of Cups in reverse and the Queen of Cups upright. Interesting. Okay, so the end of a connection, I'm hearing. Oh. Death. Okay. So it technically came out in reverse. I'm sorry. This feels painful. I'm sorry. This is hard. I'm just gonna put this up here because it was like an extra little card. End of a connection of some point, a divine counterpart with the King and Queen of Cups specifically. Cups being love, emotion, deep bonds. Someone who you felt Oh, I'm sorry. Knight of Cups in reverse. So I'm seeing a cycle had to come to an end with an immature knight in shining armor energy. A narcissist. I don't know why I got that. Someone who has narcissistic tendencies. I'm not trying to diagnose people. I think we all can have those times in our life where we're very self-focused, and it almost feels like he's looking at his own reflection in the cup. A love that was supposed to be really pure and really sweet ended up turning sour. I'm sorry. I've been through that. It sucks. Indecision. The indecision, and then using that as a decision, because not deciding is a decision in and of itself. Ten of Swords, so you're coming to the end of this painful cycle. Upheaval in your world. Ace of Cups in reverse, Four of Wands in reverse over the world. Oh. Oh, hun, I'm sorry. Two of Cups, soulmate energy, twin flame energy, divine counterpart, separation. Well, at least physical separation, it looks like. It feels like you're very energetically intertwined. Oh, it just looks like she's kind of lamenting over her cup a little bit, trying to sorry, the candle was doing weird shit. There's a siren. I feel like this is a lot of sitting in your own energy, isolating, trying to get over some really hard feelings. Two more, Spirit, for the Queen of Cups. Strength came out sideways. It's taking a lot of strength to move on from this. It's taking a lot of strength to try and deal with this. Six of Swords in reverse. Five of Cups. A lot of sorrow, a lot of sadness, a lot of, feels like you're healing, but it just feels like it's taking all your strength to do so, and it's not a very smooth and easy road. This really did a number on you. You had all the faith and hope that this would turn out into forever, and it didn't. Indecision about a third circumstance, I'm going to say third party. That doesn't mean it's a person. It could be a place, thing, circumstance. But it was enough to break the connection. With the dreaming card, I'm hearing that you dream about them a lot. They're in your thoughts, never far from you, but it's hard to break that tie. No, Spirit. Queen of Cups in reverse. Not knowing your worth, not knowing that rather than being underwater, you're walking above the water, but you're looking down as if it's up. But you've already crossed that boundary. You are on your way to a lot of really beautiful healing, and it's just really difficult right now. And that's hard. I just want to validate that. I am going to be honest. I'm not the best person to ask for advice on how to get over these things. I can tell you all the things that I've done that have helped me, but that doesn't mean that it'll work for you. But I do know that I can say that this was a very real connection for you. And at one point, this was probably very real for them too. But life is a series of cycles. It's a series of ups and downs and endings and beginnings. And this feels like it was an ending to a very beautiful connection. Or maybe it wasn't, but you wanted it to be. Because it felt so good. All right, Cat's Oracle. For dreaming. Let's see what the cats have to say. That might help. Dreaming. Your subconscious mind knows the way. Trust the whispers of your dreams. Embrace inner symbols. Listen to intuition and give yourself over to psychic impressions. Balance on the threshold. Reach beyond the veil. Speak to ancestors. Converse with ghosts. Engage with darkness. Play in the shadow. Tickle your inner child and charm your ancient elder self. The sky is as infinite as the depth of your soul, and your dreams care not for the trappings of your material world. In dreams, you are free. Allow yourself to fly. Follow the intuitions of your imagination. Embark on waking and sleeping dreams. Recall information that has been lost. Look deep and water the inner well. The cat looks and observes. Be like the cat. Know yourself and know the past, present, and future. Cats often engage in dream states while awake, preferably in rays of and triangles of hypnotic sunlight. Follow the sun to discover your inner moon. Follow the warmth and fantasy of sunlight to lull you into dream states. Catnap often. Curl up in the light and allow warmth to overtake your being while going on an inner journey and lucid dream. Explore all fantasies in the dream state first before bringing them to reality. Test the waters first. Experiment, play, and go deep. So for this, I'm seeing that this is your opportunity to really connect with yourself and to really connect with who you are internally and what that means for you. Like, you need to figure out who you are apart from this person. I can feel there was a time where you thought you would never be from this person. And that is, unfortunately, not what happened. I'm hearing that you need to pay a little more attention to what your inner self is telling you. Not what your ego wants, not what your ego desires, but what your internal higher self believes and knows and wants for you. You're going to be okay. This is going to sting for a while, and honestly, you may never actually fully release the heartbreak. I think people stay with us, especially if they were a lesson that we needed. But I encourage you to take this time to focus on yourself and focus on the now and focus on what you want. And that's hard, I know, but maybe this is your time to do the things that you never felt comfortable doing because you felt like you needed permission. I feel led to do a cord cutting. I just so happen to have some hemp rope here and some scissors. Not to say that you will never meet with this person again, never reconcile, never be friends, never whatever. That's not the point. The point is that you want the energy that they suck from you, intentionally or not, to stop. You want that energetic, you don't need the energetic pull anymore. You don't need to feed them your positive energy. Take that energy and focus it in on yourself, because you can't give other people love that they don't want. I mean, you can, but they won't accept it. I'm sorry. That's a hard one to hear. I've needed to hear that before too. But you can't make people love you. You can't make people want to drink from your cup. You can't make people like do the right thing. You can't make that happen. And I think a cord cutting, an energetic cord cutting, would be a good idea. Maybe you are in still contact with this person. Maybe your relationship is like more complicated than just being able to block them. You know, maybe there's kids involved, who knows. Regardless, I think there are still ways that you can protect yourself energetically and keep from draining you. All right. Thank you for joining me, and I hope this helped. I greatly enjoyed channeling for you, and I'm not trying to fix your hurt, but I do want you to know that the hurt will lessen over time. Eventually, you will feel brave again to go out and venture and find new love, and you don't have to yet, but I do highly recommend that you take that energy that they're not even taking, that you're giving them, because we know that you have such a big heart and that you are very willing to give of yourself to your significant other. But I just implore you to turn that in on yourself so that you can feel better. All right, pile 2. I hope this helped. And this is Tail from Tail Tarot signing out. Hi, pile 3. If you are here because you picked the Cuddling Oracle card and the Black Tourmaline, this is your pile and your reading. Today we're going to be looking into messages from spirits on Hallows Eve. I don't really have anything in mind. I just wanted to go with whatever the universe and spirit wants to bring up. So we're going to do a 3-card spread. We're going to clarify that spread, and then we are going to see what the oracle card here has to say. Okay, so to start, we have the 8 of Swords, the Fool in reverse, and the Lovers in reverse. Okay, so reluctance regarding a new beginning, regarding either balance within yourself or a connection. And it's a self-imposed blockage. Not scared to go and open yourself up to someone new because of pain from the past, maybe. Feeling like you've seen over and over and over and over and over again how these kinds of things just don't work, and that coloring your perspective of what might be for you. I just want to remind you that anything that is for you will not miss you or be far from you. So you past things didn't work out because they weren't for you. I know that's hard to hear, but past situations did not work out because there were either circumstances that you were aware of or were not aware of, and complacent to, that were not in your best interest. Maybe a person that you really liked ended up like having in their personal life like things that they enjoy doing that you weren't privy to, that maybe you're not like about that. Maybe they do recreational drugs and you're really not about that, or maybe they are a little bit more maybe there's just something that you didn't realize about this person that would have made the circumstance of you two not working out. And it was probably better that it never got off the ground. Does that make sense? So sometimes rejection is divine protection, and it's just keeping you from having to deal with something that would have just caused you more pain and heartache in the end. Now there are circumstances that we do go through that cause us a lot of pain and heartache, and they're meant to teach us something, um, so that we can learn a lesson from that and then not have to experience it again. But what can happen sometimes is we get trapped in the loop of fear, of ego, of believing that that nothing can change and that everything that we experience will always result in the same kind of ending, in the same kind of way. But that's not true. The only thing that we can guarantee in life is that everything changes and that everything will never stay the same. Like, it's always going to be different. And you can't, and while, yes, like, a lot of bad things do happen in the world and a lot of bad people do exist and a lot of bad things can like happen, like after each and every bad experience that you have a little bit more wisdom, right? You have a little bit more wisdom as to what to avoid next. Now, yes, that situation didn't work out and it's a real bummer and it's real, it's real shitty and it sucks. And I'm not trying to take that away from you. I'm saying that you should feel those feelings and then keep it moving. Feel those feelings, keep it moving, and then take the things that you can from the interaction. If it was a relationship, keep the good memories and then remember why it didn't work out and try to remember that for future reference, so that maybe, oh, you make sure that a person will be more communicative with you when you get into a relationship before you actually, get together. Maybe you're making sure that they're not imposing certain red flags that you may have missed before, or different things that we can use in our toolbox to vet people so that we know what is and is not for us. It's Life is like we're all just in the woods without a map and we're just kind of tumbling along and like trying to find the path to wherever we're supposed to go or wherever we want to go. And like we're all just very in it and it's dark and we don't realize that we're not even, that like everybody else is in this woods too, but because it's all shadowy and dark, all we see are shadows and monsters that want to come after us. But the reality of it is that we are all just a bunch of lost people looking for safety in the scary woods, and the shadows of things that we do not understand being other people and their issues and their darkness. It can feel like there's monsters around every corner, especially if we don't understand why, if we don't understand what we're looking at, if we don't understand that, oh, that shadow behind the tree isn't a monster, it's a person who's just as scared as I am and probably more scared of me than I am of them. And that's something that has helped me in my personal life, and maybe it'll help you, maybe it won't. But regardless, I feel like this is a call to recognize where you are maybe blocking yourself from your own blessings and your own like new beginnings and new opportunities. All right, clarify for the Eight of Swords, Spirit. Okay, so I have the Chariot. It came out sideways. The Chariot talks about balance. It talks about a way forward. So I see that you are kind of blocking your own path forward until you can kind of rectify what's going on in your own mind. And in order to do that, you got to embrace some Empress energy. an Empress energy, divine feminine, does not mean you're male or female or anything like that. It's just energy. Energy doesn't have gender. But so you need to recognize where you are entrapping yourself and untangle those cords so that you can move forward with an opportunity that you may or may not be aware of yet, that is kind of just around the corner. And the reason why it's in reverse is because it's not ready for you yet, because you're not ready for it. She can't see the castle. She can't see the path up to the castle because she's got her own blindfold on. You got to take the blindfold off so you can see the sun, so you can see the way out, so that you can see the path forward. And until you do that, these things over here are waiting for you. I'm going to use the word waiting for you. Yeah. These are waiting for you to get done with whatever this is. To get out of your head, to get past all of the bullshit, so that you can be in your most authentic self and be ready for these great things that are ahead of you. That's why these are reversed. This doesn't mean that you are not going to get these things. Doesn't know what that means. It means it's blocked because you are entrapping yourself in negative thought patterns, which is easier said than done. Having to adjust negative thought patterns is an everyday thing. I kid you freaking not. It is an everyday endeavor that you have to be consistent with, because brains create habits, and habits are created through repetition. And if we tell ourselves, oh, I'm not good enough, oh, I'm never going to have this, oh, I'm never going to have that, oh, this is all not going to work out for me, then we are coloring our own perspective with that negative intent. And because that negative outlook is coloring our perspective, we can't see the positive things that are possibly there for us. I'm not trying to call you out. I'm just saying this is kind of the reality of human bodies and the mind and the ego, and dealing with its defense mechanisms of trying to keep us safe, because you've been through a lot. You've been through a lot of pain and suffering in the past. I don't need to go into that to know this. You've been through a lot. You've been hurt a lot by people, and that has colored your perception of the future. Valid, rightfully so. However, this is a very earthly, very, very human thing that keeps us safe, but also can keep us from our own happiness and our own joy if we let it control our lives. We can't let fear keep us from doing things that we love or doing things that are in our best interest. I told another reading that we can't make people do the right thing. And I feel like that's true for this as well. So I'm seeing that this new beginning that you have that's waiting for you is something that you're very passionate about, and that you've been waiting for a while. So this is something that you've been kind of hoping would come around, but wasn't sure if it would. And it is. It's just waiting for you to be ready for it. So here in the Lovers, we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. Interesting. So I'm getting that this could be a career-related opportunity for you, and you're trying to find balance in a career that, you want to be happy with. Something that you could, this is not for all of you. For some of you, it's a relationship. For some of you, this is career. So I think you are needing to get out of your own head of believing you're not good enough, believing that you won't succeed. You need to get out of that mind space and get into the mind space of, I have a path forward, I am the way, and I have the power to make my dreams a reality, because you do. It is just your own self-imposed beliefs that keep you from doing that. I know that sounds like bullshit, and some of you are yelling at the screen like, fuck you, but I'm serious, man. Like, that is the biggest, hardest truth pill I ever had to swallow. So I just, I try to give it out freely so people can have it, but it is not up to me for people to take the advice. Like I said before, we cannot make people do things for their own good or believe things for their own good. It is something that we all have to work through individually. And that's no shade, no nothing, just, yeah. So I'm seeing here that rather than indecision, you're going to be making a decision about active thinking, but it's not for long, and you're going to be jumping on an opportunity. For those of you that this is a love interest, this is someone who has a great offer for you, who wants to contribute to your life, not take from it. And this is someone who shares a lot of passions with you and has a lot of similar values as you. All right, I think let's look at the Cuddling Oracle Cats card and see what the cats have for advice for you today. Cuddling. There we go. Action, adoration, advice, show love. Draw your desire close to you with affection and appreciation. Dreams are the guided forces of life. Align your intention and desire with the outcome you wish for. Think of how it will be felt, how it will feel to hold it and caress and love your desire or dream situation. Feel the dream dreaming you. Rumi reminds us that what you seek is also seeking you. Create a bigger magnet and increase attraction by giving love and affection to all who cross your path and to all things which hold meaning to you. Imagine what you want. See the results you desire in your mind's eye. Taste and smell it as if it were already in your hands. Behave as if you already hold your dreams. Soon enough, you will claim it and draw it close to your expansive heart. Let your dream and desire know it is safe in your soft and capable hands. Feeling yourself being cuddled by the divine universal force, allow yourself to stretch and languish at the invisible fingers of the creative principle. Release expectations, enjoy intimacy without attachment. As your feline friends teach us so well, internal fires are stoked by energy of embracing connection. A single gesture is all it takes to provoke magnificent results when you move with this in the space you love. So with this, I'm seeing that spirit and universe wants you to proceed with love rather than fear. So kind of what I was saying earlier, releasing imposed perceptions of failure, disappointment, and possibilities, and choosing to just love the moment and love the people around you and find things that you love and make you happy, and that will bring you your ultimate joy in life, and that will help you align with your ultimate counterpart, your ultimate desire, or your ultimate passion in life. And that's how you achieve that, by surpassing your own disbelief and your own fear. Wow, that was a really cool reading. I really like that. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was a really interesting reading, and I've actually really liked, I feel like they're all relatively different, but still kind of like intertwined in a way. If you feel called to, please let me know how this resonated in the comments below, or if it didn't, that's okay too. Leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more content. If you really want to support me and my content or other creators on this platform, the best way to do that is by watching the ads all the way through and just letting them play while you're doing something in the background. So if you like to knit, you can knit, or if you like to draw, you can draw. Like, I'll just kind of turn on a game on my phone and just like play that while the ads are playing. But yeah, I hope you have a great day. This is Tail signing out. Thank you for watching the Tail Tarot, and I will see you next time. Bye.